Hey fellow gardeners, this is Aaron from Garden Seed Life. A few days ago we did a video about redeeming a garden that was overgrown due to the inability to get our spring going, and looked to redeem something like this into something a little more manageable. Let's look at the process that I went through to turn that unusable space into something that we can actually prepare to plant our garden in. After getting all those nasty weeds pulled out, not every single last trace of every root, but something where we can actually get in, see the dirt, and dive below the surface, I use something, either using trowels and rakes or small cultivator for your garden. If you're working with a flat space, you can use a full rototiller or something where you can actually get down into the ground. If you're looking for no dig, you're going to have to be a little bit more meticulous in overcoming a garden infestation of weeds. But let's use the rototiller cultivator in our bed and transform that surface we pulled all the weeds out, into something where we can start preparing our soil for our garden plantings. Another option that you can use, if you don't want to use a shovel and you don't want to use the rototiller cultivator option, I use it in the bed directly in front of me here to my left. You can use what is called a stirrup hoe. It kind of looks like the stirrup like you would put your foot in to get into on a horse saddle. This stirrup hoe actually has at the front and back a sharpened blade that you can use either in a pulling motion toward you, or you can use it in a pushing motion away from you. And what that does is, if you have a flat garden surface that hasn't been rototilled and hasn't been worked, you can actually go a couple inches below the soil surface, and you can cut the roots out from underneath of the part that's growing, getting the sunshine, helping the root thrive. So this is probably a minimal way of disturbing your soil and any earthworms or everything that's going down below the surface in your bed. But this is not really an established garden bed, so I don't mind getting in here and working down several inches. I have a little bit more to go, but this definitely gets the weed infestation out of the way and helps us kind of redeem this bed here. The one that's in front of us was much easier to work in. I was able to just use the stirrup hoe on the top couple inches, use the rake to get everything leveled out, and I'm pretty much ready to go on that bed. I hope this video helps you manage a bed that's been overrun by weeds. Maybe it's taken away a little bit of the overwhelming feeling that you get when you walk up and see a bed, or don't see a bed in the case of the one I had here, where you can't even really see the surface, the dirt. There's so many weeds that are growing in it. You feel that there's nothing that you can do to redeem that bed. Just got in there. I used my Fiskars machete tool that's got a saw blade on the back side. It's got another blade. I actually just use it to grab a hold of the surface of the weeds in a cluster and use the knife kind of like a weeding tool, getting underneath. I use the leverage of twisting the blade back and forth and just grab those weeds and pull them out in groups at a time with the wheelbarrow nearby. This has proven itself very useful as a weeding tool for me. You have the Stirrup Hoe, which you can use. You can use a shovel and then follow it up with a garden cultivator, and then to level things out, clean your weeds out of the bed. Use your garden rake, brings those nasty weeds to the surface. You can pitch those, and then you can move forward with a successful garden. This is Aaron from Garden Seed Life. Thanks for joining me. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and I hope that you have happy gardening, everybody. Thank you.